So good day everyone. We are the group presenter and we will discuss the annotation of Antonio de Morga's Sucesos de las Filipinas. So first of all, who is Antonio de Morga? He was a Spanish lawyer and a government official during the 17th century. So Antonio de Morga, a Spanish conquistador, government official, and historical anthropologist, author of Sucesos de las Filipinas or tinatawag nating events in the Philippine Island. He wrote the first formal history of the Philippine conquest by Spain, and he is doctorate in canon and civil law. Next slide po. Antonio de Morga Sanchez Garay. He was a Spanish historian and lawyer and a notable colonial official for 43 years in the Philippines, New Spain, and Peru. In 1600s, Morgan led a Spanish fleet against the Dutch invasion, leading them to victory. He served as a lawyer, colonel, and president of Audiencia in the Philippines. He was arrested for corruption in 1965. So, what is Successos de las Filipinas? When reassigned to Mexico, he published the Successos de las Filipinas in 1609. Considered one of the most significant works on the early history of the Spanish colonization of the Philippines, was a historical account describing the scenarios in the Philippines from 1493 to 1603 under the Spaniards. So, Sucesos de las Filipinas is a book written and published by Antonio de Morga, considered as the one of the most important works on and early history of the Spanish colonization of the Philippines. And it is one of the important work on the early history. And it annotated by Jose Rizal with a prologue by Dr. Ferdinand Bromley. On content, the title Sucesos de las Filipinas literally means events in the Philippine Island, and thus, the book's primary goal in the documentation of events during this Spanish colonial period of the Philippines, as observed by the author himself. The book also includes Filipino customs, traditions, manners, and religions during the Spanish conquest. Next slide po. Sucesos de las Filipinas is a first-hand history in the Spanish Philippines written by a layman who has a honest observer and dynamics bureaucrat, gaining insights into administration inner workings. The book centralizes on the political, social, and economical aspect of the Philippines under the Spanish era. Morgan's work relies on first-hand accounts and eyewitness account, acknowledging survivors from Legazpi expedition were still alive in Manila, and seeking their testimony as a lawyer. The history was published into two volumes, both in 1609 by Casa de Geronimo Bali in Mexico City. The purpose of Successos de las Filipinas. Morga, 1609, wrote that the purpose for writing Successos was so he could chronicle the deeds achieved by our Spaniards, the discovery, conquest, and conversion of the Filipinas Islands, as well as various fortunes that they have from time to time in the great kingdoms and among the pagan peoples surrounding the islands. Successos de las Islas Filipinas. On the dedication page, Morgan writes, "This is small book. It is a faithful narrative devoid of any artifice and ornament, regarding the discovery, conquest, and conversion of the Philippine island, together with the various events in which they have taken part, especially describing their original condition."
So on Rizal's annotation of the book, Rizal had long to know the true condition of the Philippines when the Spaniard conquerors came ashore to the islands. He had been working on the sensible prepositions that that the native populations in the archipelago were economically self-sufficient, thriving culturally, lively, and colorful. Hindi daw po siya naniniwala sa colonizers' claim na they sociologically improved the island daw po. Instead, Rizal supposed that the Spaniard colonization somewhat resorted po doon sa pagkawala ng mayabong na kultura at tradisyon ng Pilipinas. To back his history up, Rizal had to look for reliable accounts of the Philippines before and at onset of Spanish colonization. So his friend Dr. Ferdinand Blumentritt recommended Dr. Antonio Morgas Successes de las Islas Filipinas. So in so in 1888 to 1889, Rizal po spent largely his many months of his stay in London at the British Museum researching from the from its Filipiniana collection po, looking for the Morgas book. And then nung nahanap niyo po yon, they copy and annotate this rare book available in the library. So leaving London for Paris in March 1889, Rizal frequented the National Library of France po to continue working on his annotations of the successes. He then finished and published his annotation of successes in 1890 po. So Rizal meticulously annotated every chapter of the successes, commenting even on Morgan's typographical errors po. He provided enlightenment on every statement which he believed mispresenting the local's cultural practice po.
So, why Rizal? Why Jose Rizal chose Morga's work? So Rizal felt Morga to be more objective than the religious writers whose accounts include many miracle stories. So, dati pa lang ay kilala na natin si Jose Rizal bilang isang bayani sa ating sa bansang Pilipinas. Siya ay may saring-sari personalidad at malalim na pangako sa layunin ng pagpalayan ng kanyang bayan. So, ang naging desisyon niya na, magtrabaho sa morgue ay naging resulta ng maraming kadahilanan. So, Morga, compared to religious chroniclers, was more sympathetic to the injustice. And finally, Morga was not only an eyewitness but a major actor in the events he narrates. Next slide po. So, Rizal's second consideration for the choice of Morga was that it was the only civil, as opposed to religious or ecclesiastical, history of the Philippines written during the colonial period. So, noong una si Sir Rizal ay nagtaglay na walang sawang pagkauhaw sa kaalaman at matalas na talino. Naniwala siya na ang mga komprehensibong pag-unawa sa kalagayan ng tao, kabilang ang mga kahinaan at pagdurusa nito ay napakahalaga sa pagsasagawa at makabuluhang pagbabago sa pamamagitan ng paglulubog sa kanyang sarili sa pag-aaral ng gawaing morga. So, nilalayon niyang magkaroon ng malalim na pag-unawa sa pisikal at emosyonal na epekto ng pag-aapi at kolonyalismo sa kanyang kapwa Pilipino. And the third consideration for the choice of Morga was Rizal's opinion that this circular account was more objective, more trustworthy than those written by the religious missionaries, which were liberally sprinkled with tales of miracles and apparitions. So, si Rizal ay isang taong may empatya at mahabagin. So, nais niyang kumonekta sa pagdurusa ng kanyang mga tao sa malalim na personal na antas. Sa pamamagitan ng pagtatrabaho sa morgue, naniwala siyang mapapatunayan niya ang kahihinatnan at kawalang katarungan at pag-api. So, sa personal na karanasan nito, umasa siyang malinaw ang isang malalim na empatya na magpapalakas sa kanyang determinasyon na ipaglaban ang katarungan at kalayaan. Next slide po. So the fourth consideration in Rizal's choice of the Morga was that it appeared more sympathetic. So, at least in parts, to the Indus, and contrast the fire accounts, many of which were biased of downright racist in tone and interpretation. So, bukod pa rito, lubos na nababatid ni Rizal ang kapangyarihan na simbolo at ang mga epekto ng kanyang mga aksyon sa mas malaking salaysay ng paglaban. Nakilala niya ang pag-aaral sa morgue work sa isang larangan na nag-uugnay sa kamatayan at pagkawala ay magsisilbing isang matinding paalala ng mga kolonos na kahihinatnan ng kolonyal na paghahari. So, the fifth and last consideration was Morga was eyewitness and therefore a primary source on the Philippines and its people at the point of first contact with Spain. So, pinili ni Jose Rizal ang gawaing morgue bilang isang paraan upang magkaroon ng komprehensibong pag-unawa sa kalagayan ng tao upang linangin ang empatya at pakikiramay. upang bigyang pansin ang mga kahihinatnan ng kolonyal ng pag-aapi at armas ang sarili ng kaalaman upang epektibong hamunin ang status quo. Ito ay isang refleksyon ng kanyang intelektual na pag-usisa, malalim na empatya, madiskarteng pag-iisip at walang humpay na pangako sa layunin ng kalayaan ng kanyang bayan. So next po.
Sa dito naman po tayo sa preface. Sa No Limit ang Iri daw po ay ginuhit ng may akda ang kasalukuyang kalagayan ng lupaing Pilipino na kinikilala daw po ang kalagayan ng pagsusuri sa nakaraan upang tumpak na hatulan ang kasalukuyan at matansya daw po ng pag-unlad sa panahon ng pamamahala ng mga Espanyol. Next po. Ang tagapagsalita daw po ay ipinanganak at lumaking walang alam sa nakaraan ng kanilang bansa. Ay sinupi ng pagtotoo sa isang Kastila tungkol sa pagkontrol sa kapalaran ng Pilipinas at pagkakaroon ng personal na kaalaman sa isinaunang daw po ng nasyonalidad nito sa mga huling araw nito. Next po. Nilalayon daw po nito ng may akda na gisingin ang kamalayan ng sibilasyon ng ating ninuno at itinuwid daw po ng mga huwad o paninirang puri na impormasyon sa mga mangyayari sa Dilas Elias, Pilipinas ni Dr. Antonio Morga na nagpapahintulot sa atin na pag-aralan ang hinaharap ng may bahayag paghahanda. Next reporter na po.
So, good day. The Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas consists of 8 chapters, wherein the first 7 of them tackles about the political events that occurred in the colony during the terms of the first 11 governor-generals. So, within the chapter 8 is where the interesting part starts, since it gives the description of the pre-Hispanic Filipinos. The chapter 8 helps him reconstruct the pre-Hispanic Philippines, which Rizal wanted his countrymen to see. So, chapter 8, this is the part which we call the eye-opener. So, next slide, please. Let's skip this part. Punta tayo diretso sa chapter 8, please. So, the chapter 8. In here, Morgan describes the known islands such as the Luzon, Mindoro, Tendaya, Capul, Leyte, Samar, Solon, and Mindanao. Meanwhile, Rizal states that the island Tendaya might relate to the Chief Tendaya or the southeast region of Samar known as Ibabaw or Zibabaw. Next slide, please. The topography and seasons of the Oriental Island. So, Morga states that the temperature varies depending on the location and the provinces. Rizal annotated that or criticized Morga stated that the temperature in Manila drops more in months of December to February than in August to September. Next, please. So the people, as Morga describes, the physique of the local, they were loose garments, so such as the bahag and the So Rizal corrects them, saying that or added that locals are cautious and conceal their bodies with tremendous modesty. Next slide. So in the natural resources, Morga states that the wait, meron ba tayo sa okay. So Morga says that there was such an abundance in livestock according to Rizal that Father Gaspar de San Juan Agustin speaks the Dumangas. This monastery has a large cattle pasture with around 30,000 cows. This farm also boasts a large number of excellent horses. Next slide. So dito tayo sa language and variation of dialects. So Morga says that language language of its neighboring island differ significantly. So magkakaiba raw yung language ng bawat neighboring regions. Meanwhile, Rizal adds that writing is highly established throughout the islands and was done on bamboo or paper. Next slide. So customs and practices. So in Morga, the customs of marriage is prominent observation. Marriages between the principal and their fellow principal or nobles are common among the natives. The practice of dowry was also prevalent during at that time. This Rizal said that this custom continued the union between the parents and the children, a wiser practice that which is allowed in many parts of the Europe where cases are found of children neglecting their parents once they have taken possession of their patrimony, or of parents who refuse to consent to the marriage of their children in order to avoid parting with their property. Next, please. Okay. So, in conclusion, by publishing his annotated version, he intends to provide the Filipino people with history during the Spanish era and present the authenticity of the cultures and traditions of the country. Rizal selected this book with the considerations that it is a testimony of an illustrious Spaniard who governed the Philippines at the beginning of an era and witnessed the last moment of our ancient nationality. Thank you.